for another video. Unfortunately, in my last video, or not last, the last time I went to do a recording, I ended up misplacing my phone stand, so I'm using a different one, so the angle's going to be a little bit wonky. I'm trying really hard to get my desk cleaned up, so I can go back over there and not have this little corner right here that's really bothersome. But until then, gotta work with what we got. I'm trying to bring you content. I just realized that the light's not the best thing. Okay, I'm moving on. I'll be going over I'm also trying something new. I've got, take like a piece of cardboard or something and write the deck list out on here, as you can see in the background. And then, if you guys are like, no, I want the playmat back, let me know down below. I just thought it would be a nice idea to be able to see the card names as I'm listing it out. Obviously, you're not going to see them all, either because it's cut off down here, or it's the deck's going to be covering it, stuff up here that you can't see. I am missing about 9 monsters. 9 cards, not monsters. About 9 cards for this deck to be completed. I'll go over what the replacements are, what everything is. Also, amazing dragon sleeves. I don't know the name of the company. I would still give them a shout out. Not sponsored. Nothing's sponsored right now. But, moving on. This is a 45 card deck. I hate myself for saying it, but it's actually pretty nice. It's my light strike deck, and I think, taking out the hand traps, this could actually be a pretty decent structure deck. Okay, so starting off with triple Vic Viper T301. Okay, come on. Focus now. There we go. Also, my phone's on like the edge of the other stand I'm using, which is why it's at that weird angle. Because I'm using two boxes to hold it at an angle, because it doesn't have a bending joint like my other one did. But triple Vic Viper T301. When an opponent's monster declares an attack on your face-up monster and an opponent's monster, you can special summon this card from your hand or graveyard, but banish it when it leaves the field. You can only use this effect once per turn. So that effect's not that valid. I mean, it's in here for if you have 2 of them out, you special summon the third one, all your monsters gain 3600 attack. But except itself, then it gains 24. It would be at 36 if you have 3 of these out. All light monsters gain 1200 attack. Next, this one's going to be coming out. I'm currently running Gradius just because it's the OG. But this is supposed to be Lord British ship. I'm talking about the Lord British right now. When it declares an attack, you can destroys a monster. You can make another attack in a row, or you get like a token. I don't know about the second effect, but you want it for the extra attack. You can really get a good OTK in. Come on. Sorry it's not focusing. Next, to end the spaceship lineup, we're running 2 Falcon B, or Beta. If it's destroyed by an opponent's monster, or destroys an opponent's monster by battle, select one of these effects. Send 1 light machine with 1200 or less attack from your deck to the graveyard, or special 1 light machine monster with 1200 or less attack from your graveyard. In that case, that would want to be your Vic Viper and your Lord British, if I had Lord British. I don't know how I don't have Lord British, but I just can't find it anywhere. And I don't really want to buy stuff online. Next, triple Cyber Dragon Dre, and 1 normal Cyber Dragon. So this is mainly to go off with your Cyber Network, and if your opponent has and Infinity, but if your opponent has any really annoying cards, you can always deal with them with throwing them extra monster zone with Mega Fleet or Fortress that's out of order. And And yes, there was a twin in there. I don't have a fusion spell, just in case Nova gets destroyed. You can literally run anything else that works. But beyond going Nova/Infinity, it's in there to trigger off your cyber network and to clear anything that could be a problem in the extra monster zone or any machines. Next, triple gold gadget, and triple silver gadget. Silver gadget has the exact same effect, so except you can only use one effect that turn. It's gold gadget, silver gadgets. When it's normal, special summon one level 4 machine monster from your hand. That's perfectly fine. If this card is destroyed by battle card effect, you can special summon one level 4 gadget monster from your extra deck except gold gadget. We're not going to be using that effect. I would use silver gadget too. I think I might use silver gadget instead of summoner monk because silver gadget's nice. And I am running summoner monk just in case I have a handful of spells. But if you want to run silver gadget instead of summoner monk, that works too. Moving on to summoner monk, which just happens to be the next card. If it's face up on the field, can't be tributed. If it's normal or flip summon, change it to defense. Once per turn, discard one spell. You can discard one spell. Special summon one level 4 monster from your deck, but it can't attack that turn. That's once again, you would typically go T, your T monster, T301. Another option you can use for Gradius is the Victory Viper, which once again, don't have, otherwise I'd be using it instead of Gradius. Yeah, Summoner Monks, just in case you have a lot of spells. There's not a lot of spells in the deck to begin with, but 2, Honest, the light deck, gotta get that OTK in. 2, Tune Torque Gear, so we can open up to our Synchros. And then we're going to run 2 Jinjirzo, and then this should be, any kaiju will work, except another one of that. But this should be Gamma Seal for the best outcome. But any kaiju will work. But you need to start destroying. It's a light machine. It's a 3300 too. Triple Vic Viper, you're pretty much doubling its attack. It'd be at like 6900, and that's drop a limiter removal, air cracking storm. And then moving on to, well, I don't have air cracking storm in here, but moving on to hand traps, triple ghost ogre. That was terribly placed. This is supposed to be effect veiler, because you don't really want to destroy your opponent's monsters because of British or destroy them by battle. But this does help with spell and traps. And then double Ash Blossom. And I finally got my hands on a second Ash Blossom. Happily. It's a maximum crisis one too, so it's... But, double Ash Blossom. Supposed to be triple, but once again, don't have triple. So, next, moving on to the spells. Triple Ties of the Brethren. Very useful, especially when you have like Cyber Dragon Dre out. And a Vic Viper can target Dre, special summon another Vic Viper. And it's basically a free Vic Viper. You want your Vic Viper out as soon as possible. Unless you target Vic Viper, then you can't do anything about that. Triple limiter removal just for the OTK. And then for this one, these 3, the Gravity Blasters, are going to be coming out. You could run Air Cracking Storm if you want. That works too. Air Cracking Storm works in replacement for Gravity Blaster if you're wanting to go for the multiple attacks. I had Gravity Blaster in here just in case, so I can boost up Vic Viper a little bit more. But Air Cracking Storm works just as nice. But 2 Gravity Blasters are going to be coming out for Moonmirror Shield. And then the other Gravity Blaster for the Ash Blossom. So you'll have 3 Moonmirror Shield, 1 Ash Blossom, 3 Effect Veiler, and then 3 British are the ones that are missing. Or Victory Viper, either works. But next, 1 Monster Reborn, and 1 Interrupted Kaiju Slumber. Monster Reborn, self-explanatory. Interrupted Kaiju Slumber, giving yourself a light machine is powerful. A 3300 one at that. That's by itself is already stronger than Blue Eyes. And then last off for the main deck, double Cyber Network. Everything in the deck except Summoner Monk and the multi-dimensional kaiju is a light machine. So this can be really useful as long as you control Cyber Dragon. All you need to do is 2 monsters, maybe 3, T301, get triple of those out at the same time. And I like Cyber Network because it specifies you can use any light machine, but you have to control Cyber Dragon, which is why there's a Cyber Dragon and Cyber Dragon Drain here. But moving on to the extra deck. That took longer than I thought it would. Got the 1 Infinity. Got the 1 Nova, just because you can't use Nova without Infinity. Then we got Daigusto Emerald, just to reshuffle or recycle our graveyard if need be. I wish this was at 3. I don't see why it's at 1. But also at the same time I do. I'm actually curious why it's at 1. Unless I'm completely wrong. Yeah, I thought it was at 3 when I first got them, and I got like 5 of them, and it's like, oh wait, it's at 1. Well, oh well. We got Firewall Exceed Dragon and Borlo Dragon. It's supposed to be Boral Sword, but once again, any option works. You could run the Nightmare lineup. This is how I would run the extra deck, at least. So next, yeah, there's a card backwards. You got 1 Mega Fleet and 1 Fortress to deal with those machines, and extra monster zones, and then 1 Twin just in case you want to keep Nova out for like 1 turn. It gets destroyed. And then we have 1 FA Dawn Dragster. All the hand traps are level 3 tuners, plus level 4 monsters, and it's a light machine. Okay, I have a question real quick, and I think this is an opinionated question. Why is the entire FA archetype wind, with the exception to Dark Dragster, which would make sense, but Dawn Dragster and FA Motorhome are both light? And then next we got our Double Stardust, alternate arts, beautiful, and different arts. I like the original art, but I like the background for the new one. But we're not doing a... Then we got the 1 Spark Dragon for protection. I want to take out one of the Stardusts and put in a Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend, just for that board clear. We got 1 Clearwing Synchro Dragon. It's level 7 monster, in case. That's pretty much it. We got 1 Cloud Castle and 1 Trishula, the Dragon of the Ice Barrier. Cloud Castle just to prevent level 8 and lower monsters to attack. It gives my monsters some protection if I board clear them. And then Trishula just to get that clear off. Something else you can run, which I doubt you're even going to be using in the first place, instead of like Clearwing Synchro Dragon or whatever, is what's it called? I'm so sorry. True King of All Calamities. I would not suggest running it. It's not. You don't even see your level 9s in here all that often. So, but yeah, that's the deck profile. I said, other than the hand traps, I think this could be a pretty decent structure deck. In my opinion, I think Konami needs to get structure decks to have at least some sort of duplicates, not just one, not just 40 cards are different. I can understand having stuff like the light structure deck, for example, the one that introduced Nova. It had if it had like 1 Dre, 1 Core, all that's understandable, but if it had like 1 Cyber Dragon, just plain Cyber Dragon, I'd be so upset. Also, I don't know if you guys noticed, I think it's the Lost art of Cyber Dragon, or an alternate art or whatever. Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. See you guys in another video. Peace out.